Hello, I am Mike of Nil Enough Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. Right, I am going to put this to one side. Let's see if I can actually do this, because it's going to involve complicated loading things. I wish there was a way of organising these things slightly better. So you can put them in folders or something. However, what I want is small high-def scan sat, merge, small scan radar satellite, merge, load, don't save. Which one had it? With small resource scan sat, merge. It's not quite as small as the others, it must be said. Load, don't save. Small biome scan set, that's what I called it. Merge. Right, now the Eve launch window is coming up. So basically what I want to do, I don't think I'm going to send a crewed mission. I do not believe I'm going to send a mission with a crew on this particular jaunt. I think I'm going to send satellites and a lander. So I want to send one of these to Eve, and one each of these to Eve, and one each of these to Duna. One each of these to Eve, and one each of these to Gilly. Now I have to admit, maybe I don't need to do that because they actually have quite a lot of Delta V. But there's no way I'm going to be able to get the lander all the way up, even from Gilly, with its almost non-existent gravity. All the way up from Gilly, from Gilly to Eve. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do. In theory, you could send something that you could send that and send one of these if they've got enough Delta V, go around Gilly and then deorbit Gilly and go to Eve and then do Eve. But I think that would be very complicated and hard to do. So instead, I'm going to send one of each to Eve and Gilly. I'm suddenly having grave doubts about my lander, actually. I think what would land would have to be quite. I don't think I can send two. I mean, this will land on Gilly, no problem. But to land on Eve is going to require something rather heftier. Heat shields and parachutes and all that kind of stuff. So I might have to have a bit of a think about that. Well, yeah. I may have to have quite a bit of a think about that. Like yeah. The other reason I want to send two of everything is that it's going to be easier to make it all symmetrical. So here is my thinking. So let's go into structural. We're in structural. That's good. We will grab something. So a lot of these bits are Infernal Robotics bits. Annoyingly, there's some glitch which causes some of them to lose their textures, but not all of them. Looks like only the actual mobile pieces from the expansion. But what do I want? I want the modular girder segments. That's tiny, that's not what I want. I could use one of the trusses maybe from Infernal Robotics. Basically what I want is to make a spine. Oh, okay, size is done this way. Ah, that's not the one I want. There we go. I want either that or the I-beam. Let's go with the I-beam. I mean, which weighs less? They weigh the exact same. Use all the robotic bits. Yeah, that's a stack separator for 3.5 for the really big rockets. Look at that thing. Anyway, that's not really relevant. So, my cunning plan, in as much as this is a plan of any description, let alone a cunning plan, is to stick... Oh yeah, that was stuck. Of course that's not going to work. Let's do that. Temporarily, like. Especially things I don't know what I'm doing with my lander, so... I remembered you can't stick things to things unless they're part of the active craft. Da, da, da. You don't want that particularly to be there. And the game's going to be slightly irritating. Because even though I think I'm selecting the girder segment, it looks like I can fit inside and look at the little strut. I can't, because I'm in fact getting the main girder's getting in the way. Oh, this is irritating. There we go. We'll move that out. Come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Come on. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. There you go. And really I want a bunch of them. There we go, that's what I wanted. Brilliant. In this case I'll use the offset tool. By clicking it, it kind of aligns it to some extent anyway. Right, so let's bring this one up the top. So the plan, again, depending how much you think of this as an actual plan, is to hang these off a central spine. There we go, go on. Thusly. Or not thusly, because we're being a pain. Oh, come on. I should be able to stick that on there, I really should. Okay, can I... Oh, aggravation. See, this is, at this point, I'm more up against the ins and outs of the builder, the VAB, the way the VAB does these things. What I suspect I need to do is save this as a subassembly. I do have the scan radar as a subassembly, but I have to. I would have to save it such that this engine here is the root part. That way, it will actually attach. Let's try a thing actually. I took that away and then grabbed that. No, it's still not working. That didn't help at all. I might be beyond the ability of Control Z to help me this stage. Well, I could do it a stupid way. No, I can't even do that. I thought I might be able to take the bits off and then work from there. Let's try a few things. No valid parts were attached to on the current selection. So I can't set the root node of it because it's not currently part of the ship. How extraordinarily aggravating. Alright, what can I attach this via? So I've got one attachment point right at the top there, which obviously makes 0 sense, but there you go. Okay. Oh, I can never get the hang of the turning keys in. There we go. Now take that away. Now let's set the root part back to this. Now nope, I was overly confident in thinking this would work. I thought I'd be able to. Whoop! It's not taking the symmetry. That's interesting. Now, can I get it to turn the way I want to turn it, which is that way? Now, which way is that going to go? There we go. All right, never mind. It got there in the end. That's fine. So the plan, such as it is to try and get a central spine with these satellites arranged down it. And underneath that you'd have a fairing like this. At the moment I'm literally just testing to see whether or not it would even vaguely fit and not look completely ridiculous. It looks a bit ridiculous. There's a lot of space I'm not using in there. Well, I can make it more compact by putting satellites here and here, as well as just up and down the spine. So the idea isn't completely ridiculous. I just have to go through a certain amount of gymnastics in order to make it work. Well, that's interesting. I've lost the decoupler. So let's go find the decoupler, put it back on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I saw it just a little bit ago. That's a stack separator, which is not the same thing. You end up with more bits if you use a stack separator, not a decoupler. Have I managed to lose a whole part? That'll be embarrassing. It's gotta be in here somewhere. Oh, there it is, it's right there. Right, so it's I've lost the symmetry at that point. So those don't count as being symmetrical with each other. So if I now use the offset trick again. Ooh, they are, again, they're I immediately lose symmetry. That's interesting. I wonder if I've done something daft. Because I got this thing called editor extensions. Oh no, they seem to be matched up now. Okay. There we go. Ahaha! So now I have a spare one of these I don't need. Getting there, getting there, getting there. The main thing I'd forgotten to put on, I'd managed to lose the stack decoupler. All right. Am I going to have to go, looks like I'm going to have to go through much the same shenanigans in order to attach these. Because it's not seeing that bottom as having an attachment point. Only the top. And I'm not quite sure what causes that actually. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to work out exactly how to do this and see if I can't come up with a fully working spine. Right, so I'm just about finished. It turned out to be slightly easier than I thought it was going to be to attach everything, and I'll just quickly run through what I did, which is basically attach it by any means necessary to the main structure, even if it's attaching to the side, doesn't matter. I then set that to be the main. So now I would go, if I'm attaching the lander, I'd make that the full thing. Attach it, so, you know, this one happens to already be attached by the correct point, but everything else I had to reattach the main girder. And then set the root back. The root, in this case, I'm going to be setting it to the girder. So I can now grab this, and you can see it's got the little green arrow, little green ball. Actually, I'll get this out of the way. Turn it off for a second. I can't actually attach it until I put the separator in, and I keep Every time I do this, I lose the separator, and I don't know why that is. There we go. So I'm going to attach this one down here. But I can now attach this via there. So this is, if not necessarily the completed tree, I think I might swap those two over. This is the basic idea for the spine. These two are noticeably taller than they are wide, unlike these two and the lander. So I've put those on hinge joints. Well, I'm clearly going to have to deploy the resource scanner first. So when I get to where I'm going to go, I just extend that. Whoop. Somebody forgot to put the limits in. So yeah, I'll just extend those out to 90 degrees and then I'll separate them. And I can do the same with these two satellites, which are my radar scans. And then I'll be able to separate each of these out. They all have quite a bunch of delta V. So they are entirely capable of getting places on their own. They don't touch as they are. I'm also going to be slightly careful with the order of which I deploy them. If I deploy this one before this one, it's going to smash straight through there, I think. So I want to deploy that one first. So there you go. So that's the completed, I think that's going to be the completed tree. I might swap those two over. I was about to think, oh no, that's going to be really hard, but I suddenly realised that's actually going to be really easy. Just go boom, and then boom, and then boom. Might want to move these down closer here. Although it won't, I don't think it'll make a huge difference. So with some fiddling, I now really basically have the, oh, I don't even need this bottom bit. Oh, I might do. I might just need. I suddenly realised oh no, I don't need that bottom bit at all. Excellent. So that there is going to be the craft. Well, at least that's going to be the spine. Give or take some fiddling, might, you know, like moving all of these even closer in so I can have a fairing that goes around them and have less wasted space. This is assuming I'm using these two tiny landers and not using a big proper lander. I actually think, now that I think about it, a big proper lander, because that's going to need like parachutes and stuff, that might be a good nose cone. So I might have two fairings, one covering this lot and one covering the top lander. I'll work something out. But that's the basic idea. That's what I'm going to be sending to Eve. So there you go. So the next step is to build the rest of the rocket. Well, that's a lot of satellites in one go. It'll be interesting to see if I can strut this up such that it doesn't just fall apart. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenough.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Find us there. And until next time, reach for the stars.